Hi there, my name is Teri Smith. I'm the owner of Adorable Decor, where we make and sell wreaths and other types of home decor. And I also work toward teaching others to make their own designs in my wreath making group. And I'm just down here piddling around in the shop, and I thought that maybe I could just pop on here and go live. I didn't get to go live yesterday, so why not? So I thought maybe we could hang out. Let me get my phone going so I can see everybody's comments as they come in. And I apologize, I did not put out an alert for this. It's spur of the moment, okay? So let me get my phone going and I'll see if I can find some comments. How is everybody tonight? I know this is really late for me. Like really late. There we are. Hey Cindy, how are you? Hey Elizabeth. There's Judy. Thank you guys for being here. And like I said, I did not put out a text alert for this, so for that I apologize, but it was just spur of the moment. Come on. There. Hey Brenda. Hey Sharon, how are you? And there's Jackie. Thank you guys for being here. So how is everybody? Are you doing well? All ready for Christmas? I think, see, I have 2 more gifts to buy, and that's it. And that's the best I've done ever. This is history, and I even got a lot of it wrapped today. So, hey Mary, how are you? Good evening to you too. So, like I said, I was just down here working, and I've got a winter wreath that I need to make. And it's going to be a real simple one, and I thought maybe I'd just get on here and share it with you. So, oh, I'm doing great. I'm doing great, Cheryl. Hey, Tammy. But thank you for asking. There's Deborah and Barbara. But I'm going to be making this on a, on an 18-inch grapevine wreath. And this wreath, I mean, it's okay. Right now we're having to get what we can take, right? I mean, supplies are just really scarce. I know when I bought this 18-inch wreath, I think yesterday or day before, it was the next to the last one left. And so I just had to take what I could get. It's a little bit distorted, and that's why I thought it would work perfectly for the design I'm going to use today. It's also a little bit loosely spaced, and if you've been watching me very long, you know I've told you about tips where you can tighten up a loose wreath, or you can loosen up a too tight wreath, okay? And you can also fix it if it's warped too bad. This one's pretty straight on this way. It's just, you know, it's wide here, it's narrow here, and so I just thought I'm going to use it. This design is going to cover the entire wreath. So we're going to go all the way around, so it's okay that it looks like this, okay? Hey, Patty. Hey, Janet. Oh, Beth, you're all bought and wrapped. Wow, you're ahead of me. You know, working on the menu. Yeah, we always have the same thing every year. It's more of a brunch than anything, and it's my husband's family's tradition is the meal, so we go with that every year. He did, sometimes what I've done, you guys, now don't say anything. And you guys probably have done this too with your husbands, but I know, like, I'll take an example, baked beans. He always wanted to make baked beans his way. And I knew my recipe was better, but we had to make them his way. And so one day I just went ahead and I made them. And ever since then, he's had me make the baked beans. So the other day what I did, I made it a casserole. Because, I mean, the casserole we have is good, don't get me wrong, but you get tired of eating the same thing. And so anyway, I went ahead and I made an egg casserole, and he loved it. And so now he's like, well, maybe we should make the other one. So I'm not going to say anything, but I know you guys have done that too, right? All right, now, like I said, we've got the 18-inch grapevine, and this is it's part of one of those garlands you've seen hanging over here, and that's got what I'm going to be using for my base. I just cut off, it's probably about 4 feet, however long the the diameter. I just took it and I measured it, kind of laid it on here to see how much it was going to take. And I'm all for, I mean, if you can do something to make your life easier, why not, right? And garlands are the way to go, okay? So I'm just going to take it, I'm just going to stick it in here. Just pick it a place. And it's pretty heavy, so I'm going to secure it with zip ties, okay? And we'll secure it with zip ties in several different places. I'm trying to get my easel around here, but once I get the first one in, it's not so hard, but sometimes catching that first one is a little tricky. I'm just going to tighten this down where I can have two hands to work with now, okay? All right, do you guys use garlands on your wreaths? Sometimes, some of the garlands are so pretty, you could just really just put that on there and be done with it. But this one, we're going to do a little bit of work with it, okay? I'd bought this wreath, or these garlands. I bought several of them just for their greenery, and that's what I've been using when I need a little bit of a filler in my evergreen wreaths this year. I've been just cutting off of this, whatever I need, and putting it in there. All right, we'll just go all the way around here. And let's see, that's probably a little bit low. And you guys, if I start getting a little bit flaky, just know I turn into a pumpkin about 8 o'clock. And sometimes I can't even tell you what my name is, but like I said, I was just down here messing around. I thought, well, I'm just going to get on here and say hi to everybody. All right, I'm going to come over here and I'm going to go ahead and join it. Now, I did leave a little tail on this. I don't know if you can see that. Hey, Karen from Pennsylvania. Welcome. Thank you for being here. Hey, Cindy and Sarah. I left a little tail on it. I don't know if you can see that, so that I can then insert it into the wreath a little bit easier. Okay. I want to make sure that we're not going to get too bunched up over here. You know, we were talking about supplies earlier. I always use the Spanish moss from Walmart. Our Walmart's sold out. You can't buy it online. I'm just looking at this to make sure this area right here is not too bunched up, because you know, I trimmed off a good part of how this would going to be joining, and I just want to make sure it's spaced out evenly now. I think it looks good. So I'm going to join it right over here, and then we'll put just a couple more on there. Sometimes you got to hold your tongue right just to get the zip tie where you need it. Okay, I'm going to put one more over here in this area right here. As you can tell, this is going to be a real, just a woodsy, natural looking winter wreath. Get in there. You know, I've got my back to you. I can't even see the comments over here. Try White Bayou Wreaths. They have bags of moss. Okay, I will do that after I run out. I did find, we've got you might have heard me talk about a craft store we have here in town. I found these. The bag I buy is usually like this. But I did find these. They were pretty expensive though, so I didn't buy very many of them. But, and two, I didn't want to take all of them. So there's that. But all right, now I'm going to kind of fluff this out a little bit, and then I'll have to look at it and see if I've got it spaced the way I need it. And then we'll come back in here and trim off some of those zip ties. It also has some pine cones in here hidden. Now the one problem, you can see the grains are pretty long on here. Sometimes they have a tendency when you're going, you know, because you want all your grains, if you're going all the way around, you need all your things going the same direction, okay? You don't want some of it going this way and then some of it going this way, okay? What can happen, that like this long guy right here, he's wanting to droop, so we may have to come back in here and secure. Actually, I may go ahead and just do it because it really acts like he wants to. Let me get these all situated. I got one of them twisted in the back of the, where it shouldn't be. I'm going to turn it toward me real quick here. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to secure this to the garland, the spine of the garland, and that way I don't have to worry about it getting all droopy. It looks like it's the only one that's really wanting to do that. But we don't want droopy greens, right? Oh, you have, Jamie? Well, just keep on trying. I think we give up too soon. Just keep on trying. I can't do everything the first time. Heck, well, you've seen some of my tutorials where I start over and I undo things. There's no shame in that. No shame at all. Or I'll get something together, and especially if it's on a live, because, you know, we're trying to stay off to one side. Now, when I'm down here designing by myself, I'm standing right here. So, I mean, your vision can get kind of skewed while you're doing a live or a tutorial. And sometimes I get done and I'm like, oh my gosh, how embarrassing. So don't think nothing of it. All right, now I went around and I tightened all those. And I'm not going to do it right now, but later I'll come in here. If we still have some of these zip ties showing, I'll cover them with either some evergreen or some moss. I don't know, it sounds like I might want to ration my moss though, right? Because I make a fair number of centerpieces, and those take a little bit more, you know. Okay. Okay, so, you know, really, we could leave it right like that, couldn't we? I mean, of course, rearrange all these greens. I want to make sure the pine cones are up here where we can see them. And you want to make sure you fluff it not only this way, but this way too. Kind of bring some of those out. The shorter ones, not the longer ones, because the longer ones, like I said, they're going to droop. But, all right, well, that's what we've got so far. I'm going to look here in the camera. Looks pretty wild. Hey, Joy from Ohio. We're neighbors. We're neighbors, Joy. All right, looks like I got a stray one right here. Where are you from in Ohio, Joy? Okay, now, I don't want to just leave it there, although we could. We really could leave this wreath just like this, and it would sell, I tell you. I'm going to put some other greens in it. I've got these, this eucalyptus spray, or not a spray, a swag. I'll grab it out of here and show you what I'm talking about. As you can tell, I buy a lot of things that people would use as designs, and I take them apart. And this is one of those things. This is a teardrop swag, and it has all kinds of different eucalyptus leaves in it. And it's going to add a lot of different textures into there. And I already have cut one of them apart because it has a really strong spine to it. In fact, I had to use my bolt cutters to do it. So I'm going to go ahead and start with what I've got cut. I may have to cut a little bit more, but I don't know that. Oh, thank you, Betty. Thank you. All right, and the key is going to be trying to make it look uniform, okay? All right, I'm going to go over here on the other side. Let me move all my stuff over here. That way I'm not jumping in front of you guys every time I try to glue something. It still is a little bit... I'm just looking in the camera, guys. Sorry. Sometimes you can see something a lot better in the camera than you can here in person. Let's see. I'm going to start out with a smaller piece. Like I said, I mean, I can hardly bend this. That's how strong this is. But we'll go ahead and get it fluffed, and we're going to start placing this in here. Okay, let's see. I think what I'm going to do, this garland has sections to it. I'm just going to go each section, and I'm just going to place a piece. And the thing about it is, one reason I wanted to use this is I would not use this by itself. I don't know if you can tell it on camera, but in person is pretty plastic looking. So all of a sudden, you know, this becomes an inexpensive looking piece, but really it's not. It was pricey. But to make it to where it is looks like it's a value, I'm going to put it with some really nice greenery, which this is. This garland is really nice. Really, I wish you could touch it. It's just really, really soft evergreen. But I'm going to come in here and we'll intersperse all these other greens with this and kind of mix it all throughout. Okay? All right. And I can't even bend. I'm trying to bend the stem to kind of go with the wreath, but I can't even do that. So I'm just going to leave them. All right, so there's that one. Let's see. Hang on, I kind of lost my place here. Okay, all right, I'm good. Okay, let's see. I don't know, this isn't going very far. I probably will have to open up that the other one. All right, so this one we will put in here. Some of them look a little bit bigger than the others too. Looks like I lost my comments, you guys, again. I don't want to hide those pine cones, so I'm going to try and sneak up here. Trying to stay out of the pine also with that glue, because I don't want to be dragging that all the way through. Okay, let me see what else we got here. Now these, I already kind of separated these out, so I'm just going to divide them right down the middle. Make sure I've got about the same elements in each. Okay, separate that out. I'm going to put a steel pick on this actually. I'm going to have to walk in front of you again. But I had to cut away the bottom of this because this was all in there together, and I knew I didn't want it that way. Where's my I'm just going to trim this off so that the bottoms are even. Now I'm going to get my steel pick machine. Let me get over here. Mary's wanting to know, is this Christmas or winter? It could work for both, Mary. I'm making it as a winter one, but it really, you could put it up for Christmas and leave it up. Trying to keep all these together where I can get them picked. There we go. Okay. All right, so now I can put them in as one unit. Okay, let's see. So now we're going to need to go below the pine cones. Trying to make it where my pine cones aren't getting hidden, but that's going to be easier said than done. I may have to come back actually and trim these off. So I really don't want those hidden. Actually, I'm going to do it while I'm thinking about it. I'm going to trim it off. We'll save it though. We'll use it someplace else. Okay. All right, keep on going. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Mary. Hey, Beth. All right, and same situation here. Like I said, I had to separate all this out, so I'm going to trim this off even. And then put a pick on it. This one's a little bit longer, too. So that might cause us some problems. We may have to reposit or trim a little bit of it, but I'm going to wait on that. We'll just kind of eyeball it and see. All right, I'm going to go ahead and let's do this. All right, so we need to go right up in here. Okay. Now, it may be I have to come back in here too and fill in some of these holes on the outside, but I've got plenty of that garland, so that will not be a problem. All right, there's a couple. Okay. Gotta make sure you fluff everything too. I don't think I said that before. Fluff it just like your Christmas tree, right? All right, like right here, this piece here was longer, so I'm thinking I'm gonna wait on that one. I'm gonna skip this one right here and come here because it's a little bit longer also. We're getting to the top where I deconstructed that teardrop. This is more toward the top, and those were bigger pieces. Okay, there's my pine cones hiding again. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and fix that now. Let's see. Actually, I'm just going to take this little piece right here. And I'm just going to put it right here. Okay, and then we'll have to fill in with some other, Actually, I already have some other goodies. We can just go ahead and do that right now. What was I thinking? Just put a few of these pieces together just like this. We make our own pick. And that should be a better size to fit in that small space there. Okay, we'll go right up in here. Okay, all right, so we just have this little area right here. I'm gonna put this back, trying to find that place where I fixed that one stem that was too long. I think it's right here. All right, so we just need a little bit right in this area right here. And wouldn't you know it, I'm going to have to open up a new spray for that. Not a spray. I keep on calling it a spray. It's a teardrop or swag. So I'm just going to use my bolt cutters because I already know I can't cut it with my other pieces. Okay. It just cuts through there like butter. So right there. Okay. All right, and this one is that other piece that was really long. I'm going to go ahead and trim it down and we'll transplant that someplace else. Remember I told you I had two pieces that were real long. So let's look and see where we think we need it. Let's see, I think right here, actually. We probably need it right there. And this is a pretty thin stem for as loose as that grapevine was, and so I'm going to go ahead and put a pick on it. Yeah, towards the inside. You're exactly right. You are exactly right. Right in here is where I'm thinking. And I've got more too if we need to put some later. Okay. All right, I'm going to turn it toward me now and kind of look at it and see where we're at. Looks pretty wild, doesn't it? It is. It is wild. All right, now, I think I'm going to go ahead and trim some more pieces off. I feel like I need some in the center and a few on the outside. And then we've got this other situation here where, actually, I think I just had it placed wrong. I started to say it was kind of drifting, kind of sagging, but I think I just had it hanging wrong. Okay, and get my pine cones up there. Okay. All right, so I'm going to deconstruct a little bit more of this swag. Oh, thank you, Mary. Thank you. Yes, it is very natural. And that was kind of what I was going for. I wanted something just looks real woodsy and light. All right, and I also have some berries I was going to put in it. So I don't want to forget about those, just to give it a little pop of color. Okay, so I've got these. I still have all this too that I can use. But I'm going to place these and then we'll decide what else we need to do. Make sure I flip it. Let's see. This is a real simple style of wreath to do, you guys. If you want something that you need to put together kind of quick. Oops, I don't want it right there. I want it right here. Okay, and then I've got another piece. No, these might be better if I trim them all, put them all in there individually. It's getting kind of packed in there. I don't want it to be real stuffed. I want it to be light and airy. I'm going to trim off part of this. Try and get this tape cut, which might be easier said than done. Where did I find the, let's see, oh, Teresa's wanting to know where I found the greenery. I got both of these at market back in January. I ordered them. I just got them, what, about a month or so ago. But I got it from direct export, both of them. Yeah, I'm going to have to just trim these out. So tight in there I can't even cut it. Let's see, I want something down here too, but like I said, I just didn't want it all packed in there. I wanted it light. Let's see, where do I want it? Don't like that either. I'm still not giving up. I'm trying to get this off so I can do it, put it individually. Have a little bit better control. It's cut, it's put together, it's all binded together with metal. That's what I'm trying to deal with. Okay. Now. Okay, that'll work. I just didn't want that big bunch of stuff there. I'll sneak this, try and sneak this through all this greenery and not get it glue all over it. That's a trick in itself sometimes. Okay. All right, now let's see. Maybe something real small right here. Okay. And maybe, let's see. Like I need something right in here. We're not able to do much more than just put pieces in now, because otherwise it's going to get way too bunched. Okay. All right, I'm going to turn it toward me again here. I like this. I like this a lot. I'm going to stop there on the greens for right now. We may have to come back here. Hey, Zuli, how are you? Yeah, no, we don't want to cover all that gorgeous pine, no. Now, let me see. I might put these berries in. I don't know for sure. I almost feel like it needs a little pop of color because, for example, if I put this on my door, you're not going to see it because I've got a dark door that sits back in a recessed porch, and you're not going to see it. So I'm thinking maybe a pop of color. Let me see here.